Hey everybody, how's it going today? Welcome back to the channel. I tell you what, another gorgeous day in September. We can't beat it. But anyway, what I wanted to go over with you today is changing a silcox or a spigot outside your house and how easy it can be instead of calling a plumber or a handyman, how you can do it yourself and you got the tools at your house, I'm guaranteeing. And so I did this with 3 of my spigots, and I'm going to go over on how I did that. So let's jump into it. Now this is a silcox or a spigot, and the one that I had to change on the other side, a hose wouldn't screw to it, and this one here actually would not close all the way. So the only way I could operate this one was from inside the house. If I wanted it shut off, was to shut a valve off inside. So this one was bad. Let's show you what tools you'll need. So these are the only tools that you're going to need. You'll probably have to have a hacksaw or a pipe cutter to go ahead and cut your copper pipe, which is normally for a faucet or a silcox is 1/2 inch. The next thing you're going to need is a crescent wrench, pliers, crescent wrench, and a pipe wrench, or 2 sets of pliers, and thread tape and pipe dope. That's the only thing you need right there. Now let's show you what I'm talking about. Now this is one of the silcox that I cut off. This is, I think this is what they call a 6-inch silcox. But anyway, this is how they come. They come with a 1/2 inch thread, and or you can go ahead and typically what most people do, they'll stick their 1/2 inch copper in there and then solder this. But this, you don't have to do no soldering if you don't want to. And let me show you what I did. So what I did is I cut my pipe off and got rid of the silcox altogether. And then I went and I got, all you're gonna need is a galvanized elbow, which is 1/2 inch to 3/4. Then all I got was a 3/4 inch closed nipple. And of course, a braided line. And that is it. But with me, what I did is I know how to solder, and I just got a 1/2 inch to 3/4 thread adapter, and I soldered that on. And then all I did was screw the braided line on. But let's say you don't want to solder. Here's what you do. So you don't want to solder. All you do is you get the braided line that is with the thread, female to the male closed nipple. And on the other side is just a push fit right into your 1/2 inch copper. So this just pushes into that copper. No soldering needed whatsoever. And let's go back to where I was at over at the silcox. But this braided line is all you would need is one with a thread here, and up at the top is just a push fit 1/2 inch. They sell them at Home Depot. So all I did is put my new silcox in, screwed it back into the wall like it is. I went ahead and thread tape, and then put my pipe dope on and screwed on my 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch galvanized elbow. Once I had that on, I needed to cut this copper, and so I kind of put the nipple in and screwed this on a little bit. And then all I did was hold it up, and I made it a little bit longer, and then that's when I made my cut. So you can either, take your hacksaw and saw that copper off, or a regular old pipe cutter, and just, all you do is just cut that off, and your battle's almost done. So then all I did was tighten this up, tighten my closed nipple up, and a closed nipple is like 3/4 inches long. You can get 1 inch nipples. Let's say you cut that copper too long and this won't fit. All you got to do is get a longer nipple which will make this braided line longer, and then that's all you got. That's all you got to do. And see, and that push fit, all you then do is push it onto your 1/2 inch copper and you're done. That is as simple as it is. Now, I did 3 of these and it only took me about, I bet you know, I messed around, but a couple hours is all. Let's show you the other ones. My other one, and it's inside of a 2x8 wall, so it's only a 4-inch Silcox, but there again, same thing, soldered this adapter on, thread tape, screwed it on, and come down my elbow, closed nipple, and screwed it on. That is how simple it is. I got one more to show you. Let me show you the other one. Now this one here just comes in through the sill, and I did the same thing. I cut my copper off, and then all as I did was solder that on. But there again, you just get your braided line and you just do a push fit on the far left side. And the other side, I just used a adapter and then went right to 3/4, and the same thing, because it's a straight shot, just that closed nipple, and screwed it together. That is all I did. So if that's all you got to do is change your Silcox, it can't get much tougher than that. I think these Silcox, they're the kind of the nicer ones that you can get parts for them, and they are right around that 40 bucks. I went to a regular plumbing and heating store, and then your braided line is right around that 14, 15 bucks. Your elbow and your nipple, you're talking, you could, you're gonna have 50 bucks into doing one, and it's done. You don't have to call, like I say, a plumber. You don't have to call, who's gonna charge you a trip charge, probably somewhere around that 80, 90 bucks, depending on where you live, and then how much an hour. And you know what, you can save yourself probably close to $500 with me doing 3. So with yourself, you'd probably save yourself, a trip charge, and probably an hour and a half with them, probably a couple hundred, 250 bucks, and you can do it yourself. So I just wanted to bring that up to you. And keep watching our channel. We appreciate a thumbs up. We appreciate any comments. But this was pretty DIY, very simple, and it was easy to do. So anyway, keep checking in with us. We'll see what we're doing next time here on the channel. Appreciate it, everybody.